Alright, so welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Adia Your Pro Tips. In one of our previous video, I made a video on prompts about any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no. So in that particular video, we were able to generate some predictions and we were able to see the outcomes of the game, but due to my nonchalant attention paying to details, so I avoid that particular Inter Milan games and I didn't remove it. So I'll show you guys what you need to do regarding to this particular prompt. So what you just need to do in this particular prompt is to just change the date every time you want to make use of it. So I'm revealing to you guys this particular prompt in this particular video. So the first thing that you will have there is about the fixture A or B, team A and team B, and the next thing that you need to look into is the estimated winning probability and the odd range. Now if you are looking at the odd range, in the last video about this particular prompt that we made predictions on, only Inter Milan game spoiled this, caught this particular slips. And if you guys look at it very well, you guys will see that the odd is kind of different to the other games, because the odd that we're supposed to be focusing on supposed to be around maybe 1.01 odd to 1.20 odd. But this particular Inter Milan game, the bookies were allocating, 1.3 odd for that particular game, of which I supposed to remove the game, that particular game on that day, but I didn't, and that actually caused the slip. So if you guys want to make use of this particular prompt, you can actually edit the estimated winning probabilities, and you can also edit the odd range depending on how you want your games to be strict. So another thing is that this particular prompt will give short reasons about the games that it will be predicted. So most times I always focus on most of these particular South American leagues, because I know that these South American leagues, they are very sweet for predicting under goals. If you want to predict under 3.5 goals, under 4.5 goals, these particular South American leagues are very good. For example, leagues like Argentina leagues, Brazilian leagues, Ecuador, Colombia, and some other South American countries leagues like that. So if you want to edit your games maybe to your own taste, if you want to optimize it, you can actually edit this particular aspect. So the final part of this particular prompt, this prompt is not that big like that. It is very concise. So the last part of it is to focus on where both teams really score 3 or more consecutive goals. Like, we are focusing more on fixtures that we are not expecting just one team to keep scoring 3 goals on a row. So every part of this particular prompt happens to be what you guys can also edit. But if you guys have any particular prompt that you want to optimize, I'm always available for you. You can reach out to me through our private circle groups. I'll be there for you guys to know on to check on the prompt that you want to optimize. All right, so we are trying to generate this particular using this you are trying to generate games using this particular prompt on 3 different AI software. So first, we are using ChatGPT, and we're able to get our 10 games already. So of recent, I noticed that ChatGPT happens to be more accurate. Before, I thought it happens to be DeepSeek, but of recent, I noticed that the accuracy from DeepSeek is kind of declining. And so I'll be using ChatGPT, Grok, and DeepSeek. So, and I'll be comparing all the 3 AI software, and if I see the most common, common predictions from each of these particular software, then we are going for it. So let us use Grok to generate our predictions too, and let's see some similar fixtures that we are going to see from Grok that will be kind of the same with that of ChatGPT's own. Alright, so I'm already seeing some similar games that we have in ChatGPT, and at least, if not up to like 7 games from this particular predictions, we are going to see 6 or 5 games to predict as any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no. Alright, so we have our 10 games under the Grok, and next now is that I'll be moving on to DeepSeek. So we have most of these particular predictions kind of similar to what we have in Chat GPT. This particular game of UEFA Europa League, I think they played yesterday. The match between Coops versus Midtjylland. They played yesterday, so this particular prediction is an error from it. And another thing that I want to address you guys with is that please, this particular prompt, now I'm revealing the prompt to you guys. If you are, I don't want you guys to be charging other people for this prompt, because if you want to charge people or collect money for this prompt, try to generate your own personal prompt. Then after that, you can start charging money for people, because I've noticed some things that after, when some people get some prompt for free, they always go ahead to start calling it special prompt, and they'll be charging people for it. So please kindly make sure that if you want to generate money or revenue from any prompt, kindly make sure that it is your own personal prompt that you are generating money from. So all right, so now let us check out DeepSeek and let's see what DeepSeek would bring out for us. Because the only thing that we just need is just to make sure that at least 2 out of these particular 3 software predictions align with each other, and we are going to check the odd for the market of any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no. The odd must not be more than the odd must be within the range of 1.00 odd to 1.20 odd. Anything above that, we are going to skip it to keep the game safe. Alright, so I think most of the games that DeepSeek is currently generating for us, most of them are not kind of relating to what we have in Grok and Chat GPT. And there's a particular game here that I think I'm expecting more than 2 goals or 3 goals there, and that particular game is a scary game for us to go for, as predicting any team to score 3 or more goals. So I think ChatGPT prediction is kind of aligning with the match between Leeds and AC Milan, but I can't find it in Grok. And this particular game under the Netherlands League, this one I'm not sure. This Den Haag versus Elmond. I'm not sure if the game should be predicted as any team to score 3 or more goals in a row. And Chelsea Aston Villa, I'm not sure they are playing today. Burnley Leeds. Wow. So we have something different to what we have in ChatGPT, but these particular predictions in ChatGPT is kind of more aligning with what we have in Grok. So next thing that we are going to do now is that we are going to proceed. We proceed by selecting most of the games that align with each other, and let's see the odd that the bookies are allocating to each of these particular markets. So this list only align list against AC Milan only aligns with DeepSeek, but we can't find it on Grok. But what we are going to use to eliminate some games is just the odd allocated to it by the bookmakers. So let's see. Alright, so I think we are going for Leicester against Birmingham this particular game. We are going for Cremonese against Sassuolo. We are going for Elche against Levante, and we are going for Lens against Brest. We are going for this particular Netherlands game, Groningen versus Heracles, because we can find the game in ChatGPT, Grok, and DeepSeek. We are going for Ambush and Saint Poli. We are skipping this particular Coops Midtjylland because he's not there. I think they've played yesterday. So then we are going for Valencia Getafe. This happens to be the last game that we are going to look into. Alright, so this is the only game that align that we can find in DeepSeek, Grok, and Chat GPT. That's the only game. That's the only game, but the rest. This AC Milan, I'm kind of concerned about it, but we are going to see the odd that the bookies are going to allocate to it, yeah. But let's see. Alright, so let us quickly check out the odd for each of these particular games. So we are going for Elche against Levante, Valencia, Getafe. So these two games, let's quickly check on them. Alright, so the odd allocated to this particular market is 1.16 odd. At least it falls under the range of 1.00 odd to 1.20 odd. So we are going for it. And Valencia Getafe, the odd for the market is 1.10 odd. So we are going for this one also. And for Italian Serie A, we are going for US Cremonese against Sassuolo. So I don't think we are going for this particular AC Milan game. Alright, so the odd for this one is 1.17 odd, so we are going for it. And for AC Milan, the odd is a little bit above 1.20, but let us stick to our odd range and let's be strict with it. So we are checking this German game too. Alright, so the odd that the bookies are allocating for this one too is 1.17 odd, so we are going for it. That particular AC Milan game, I feel like the game should end up as no team to score 3 or more goals in a row, but let us just be strict to our odd range. So let us check the France League. So Lens against Brest. Alright, so the odd allocated to it is 1.22 odd, but we're supposed to be strict with it, but I will avoid this particular game because of that. 1.22 odd. What we are looking for is within the range of 1.00 odd to 1.20 odd. So anything above that, we are skipping it. Alright, so we have this game also, and the odd allocated to the market is 1.25 odd, and this happens to be the game that align with DeepSeek, Grok, and Chat GPT, but because of the odd range, we are skipping it. But we can actually look into all those particular games. Let us look into them together, but we are skipping those games. So we have Leicester against Birmingham, so we are going for 1.16 odd for this one, and we have total numbers of 5 games on it. Alright, so with just 5 games, we are able to accumulate 2 odd. Any team to score 3 or more goals in a row, which is no. Alright, so if you guys have any prompt that you guys want to optimize, you guys can reach out to me and let's look into it together for the optimization. As you guys can see that this particular prompt is concise and is not that too big or include any special things like that. Alright, so thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like our video, drop a comment and subscribe if you find this particular video helpful. Don't forget to reach out to me in case if you have any prompt for optimization or request. Bye.